Hello everybody out there in YouTube land. Today we're going to put together a panoramic picture using the popular software and I shall mention free software Hugin. It's available for the Windows as well as the Linux platforms. So these are the 6 pictures that we're going to stitch together for our panoramic picture. So I've already started Hugin, so all I have to do is click on it, and when you start yours, you know where to get it. I'm going to minimize it to keep everything here looking clean. So the first thing once it's loaded is we're going to load the images. Well, we've already loaded the images. They are in my source directory. So I will click on the first one and then hold down Control to select all those ones thereafter, and then click on Open. That's going to load them into Hugin. And then once they're loaded in there, our lens type is going to be normal. So we don't need a load lens, and we don't even have one defined. So we're just going to go ahead and align them, get them ready to stitch and make our panoramic picture. So we click on Align. Huh. Well, as we can see here, 6 of the pictures, which means all of them, can be determined automatically as to where they connect. So we need to connect them manually, or not connect them, but really define where they're going to connect. And what we're going to do is look for common areas to stitch them together. So one will be at the top of this peak here, so we'll click there. And as we look at it, we need to find something that's real definable. So that point where the snow and the mountain come together is where we'll define that. We'll come over here and pick out that same point, which it is already there. And sometimes it'll go there and sometimes you have to find it. So we're going to add that point. And we got another common point over here at this peak, so we're going to lay it across the top of the peak there to get it defined. And I like to use real definable points, so that point there is good because it's easy to see and it's unique. So I'm going to put it almost square in there. And over here on the other side, let's see. I think it had it, but I'm just going to go ahead and click it again. And then add it. And I'm going to look over here for another common point, and where this area is right here. We'll click on it and see if we can find something good there. And the fox head. Looks like a fox anyhow. And I'm just going to center it in there and select it. And over here, it doesn't look like it found the fox head. So let's try to get a idea where that is. Straight down kind of from the point of the slope. So we probably need to come down a little bit more here. Let's see, let's move that over. Point of the slope. That looks like the face of Jesus, so let's go ahead and put it right there in the middle of that. See if we can find that over here. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, right there. So we've got 3 points. So that's good enough. So we'll go to the next picture, which is 7 and 8, and find some common points here. Can't use that bird because that bird isn't over here. So let's examine that a little bit. It's critical that you take a moment or two to kind of get an orientation. So we'll go with the top of that peak for the first one. Pull us away from it so we can get a better look. Pull it up a little bit. That island right there. Okay. And should be right there. And that island right there. So we'll go ahead and add that point. Let's try to get a low point down here. So we'll go with a little gore. Who knows what it is? Just give it a name. Okay, so we looks like we got Speedy Gonzalez in his ear and his eye. So let's just go with his eye. We can easily see that over here. And there's his eye right there. Okay. See, we got two. One high, one low. Peak, peak. Let's go with the bear head right there. And go with the tip of their nose, which is right there. There it is right there, I believe. Take a look at his tail. Yeah, got the doggone its ass. So we'll go with it there. Boom. And we'll add that point. So let's see, we got 3 points, so we'll go on to the next picture here. You don't really got to have 3 points, it just helps. The more the merrier. So let's go with the lake and see what we got in there. Yeah, we got a little island right there. Let's click over here, let's find our island. Let's see here. Right there. I'll go ahead and add it. So we got the upslope of that peak. So let's just go with that point on the outside. Okay, see what we got. Well, that's a really good. Let's see if we can find that dip there. Which would probably be that just doesn't look good. But that we can see that there and that there. So we'll just go ahead and whack that. So we got 2 points. And probably 2 good points. See, let's go with that peak there. What do we got? Go with the tip of the volcano where it's going to shoot out. Can we see it? Yeah, we can see it there. Yeah, we see it there. So we add it there. That's good for that. 58, 59, 59, 60. So we got this here and this here in common, this plane here. That plane, so let's just go for the peak right out the kit. And let's see, go for the tip of the hood right there. You can almost see the tip of the hood right here without it being magnified. The tip of the hood right there. Add it. Let's see here. Come down to the crevice. What all do we have? Got an island there. let's just center it in the island. We can kind of see it here. It'll tell you if you're not close. Actually, let me show you what it looks like when it tells you you're not close. So let's see. We'll go with that area there. And we'll go with that area there. That's sure making a liar out of me, ain't it? Okay, well, so let's get this set up over here. Um, yeah, C2 is so two is wrong, and I was trying to do an example for you, but it didn't do it. It was too willing, so we're going to go for a real point here, yeah, which is there, which is also that area right there. Let's see. Let's go for the island right there. Yeah, we can see it over there, which is right here. Add that, and we got 3 points there. So we got 1661. A lot of real estate there. So let's just go for that point there. Kind of unique. There. And there. Is there. We'll add it. Go for the top of old Smoky there. Been there a time or two. Now see these found points. This is what it does when it finds a point automatically, but you see this reference point here. It's not there, so it's not even a good they didn't get it over here. So let's go for the crevice right here. Click-a-rooney there. Go to the top here and over some. And we went for that right there. So we're going to add that. We have two, but let's go for another point. Like right there. What do we got unique in there? Some good stuff. Little island, body of water right there. And let's see over here. Got it there. So it's right there. Now, one of the things you want to do when you're putting together a panoramic picture is take them, all in one sitting. Otherwise, they'll never match up. And of course, put it on a tripod. So we got 3 points for 60 to 61. Now it's 61 to 56, so it's not going to be a 360. So we just go back to the assistant by clicking here and tell it to align again. And see what it does. This is all through the batch processing of predefined script to do this. Oh goodness, something's crooked. And it ain't me. So basically this is telling us that is what is it going to put in there? What's it going to put in the panorama? So Oh, what we're trying to do, get our picture to fit in what we want to crop. Well, I've never done that before. Let's see. Oh, goodness. What that means is I took that picture on kind of a whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. Anyhow. So, we are done with that. And now let's see what kind of a panorama it's going to create. Make a directory for it. Okay, save our project and save our picture if it works. As we can see, the batch processor is going down here. Okay, it says that it has completed the batch process. Let's go to the directory and see if we have a picture. And we do. A big picture. So So let's take a look and see what it looks like. It's going to load up in Photoshop. Hot diggity. Oh, goodness. We've got an incomplete part over here. A lot of incomplete down here. And kind of makes the picture bite. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a little bit of cropping. Let's see. Oopsie-doo. Come over here, a hair. Oh, that's a big hair. Well, let's try this so we can make that so we can see our hairs a little bit better. Let's see. So let's get that about, oops, like that. Bottom. Let's see here. We just can't afford to take anything out the bottom. We actually can take a lot over here. I kind of like that little cloud, so we'll leave it. And let's see here. Get our crop done. And take a look and see. Ugh, that just increases light here. Sort thumb. Big sort thumb. So let's see if we can fix that. Sore thumb. We'll take our selection rectangular select. We're going to select the region that appears in. Should be there. And we're going to tell it to pretend that it's a chameleon and blend in with its background. Actually, this is one of the methods of taking an unwanted object out of your picture. Boom! Look at that! That's good. Okay, so got unwanted pictures out of objects out of our picture, but now we have areas that have nothing, like this through here. So take our selection tool there again, put it at a high point, and drag it through here. Whoa, that's a lot of stuff. Go through all that. Let's don't get too high, too carried away. We're going to tell it to blend in. And what we're taking out there, that's what's unwanted, is the stuff where there's nothing. So we're going to take this and blend it into there. And hopefully it'll look good. Poof. Well, there it looks good. Everything we've done through there looks good. Let's try it on a little bit of a bigger area. This is crazy, and start over here. So I'm going to go a little bit above that blue so I can get an idea of what I want to use, and just come into that a little bit so it doesn't get too crazy on what it's going to use to duplicate or blend with. See? How about that? That's just awesome. That is just boggling. So we're going to do it again. Let's see here. Get it just a little bit high and a little bit past. Go through here because that looks like some critical stuff. Boom! Isn't that awesome? I mean, that is like crazy. Okay, a little bit behind it and above it so it knows how and what to use to blend. Usually Splenda. Oh no, this is Photoshop, not Mama's Bakery. So I screwed up. I didn't select it. So let's try selecting it. Mama's Bakery just threw me off. Hungry, food, candy, cookies. Well, it's just doing an awesome job. You can almost swear that's what the mountains look like out there, but they don't. The part that's transforming is just blending with what's already in the photograph. So let's see here. Go over to through here. Ooh, that's gonna be too much. Too much white. Okay, so let's take a look here. Go here to see if we can get it convinced to use some blue. Yeah, a little bit of blue. So let's just give it kind of a hand at what it's doing and let it roll. I mean, it's not doing a bad job. It's doing a great job. So see, we got everything over there, and we need to get some here. So let's start right there, I guess. Looks good. Better place than any. Let's kind of fill that in. So that's just awesome. Just awesome. Let's go all the way to the end. Okay, now here, I'm going to go up into the white to kind of coerce it to use some white. Floating all blue. And it did what it was supposed to. So now let's come over here and try to get that part that didn't cut away. Oops. There we go. Got that. So let's come over here. I mean, it's all boring, I suppose, but it is so cool. I mean, really cool. Let's see. That's all going to be practically blue. But let's get up here into the white. And so we can again coerce it to use some white. And it did. Just kind of kept on going with that glacier. Okay, let's come over to this side here. And I think it's going to mirror that a lot. But a lot of these areas, um, it may or may not look good. And we're going to do it. It's going to be interesting. Every time I do this, it's just all different. It actually did an awesome job. And over here, so it'll use some white, maybe even extend that glacier down there a little bit. I'm going to have glaciers and beans all over here. Boom. I like sound effect, yeah, see veins and glacier and everything. So, I don't know, as we've gone along, if you'd noticed these little birds, uh, we don't want them, so we're just going to get rid of them. Now, a lot of times, you'll have stuff on there that looks like that. It'll look like smudges, or so what it is lens dust, and this is a good process to get rid of that lens dust. And of course, in this case, get rid of these birds. I'm pretty sure they're birds because I just spent $65 to get my mirror cleaned. Should have just got me a little bit of Windex and fiber cloth. No, you really can't do that, uh, but out here it costs 65 bucks over at Mike's Video. Got a spot that needs to be fixed up there. That's what you need to do. I'm going to do a thorough job so y'all can kind of really see a lot of different type of examples and everything on what's going on. Boom, there it is. Look at that. So another couple birds. And redundancy helps teach you a lot. And so hopefully with the redundancy of, say, like getting out these birds or wiping out whatever, you kind of get the idea of how to do it. Get it done. It's amazing how many birds are out there. Of course, it's just the first part of spring, so there's a lot of birds out there coming and going. And of course, it was a beautiful day, beautiful morning, if I remember right. Maybe mid-afternoon. Who knows? I'm a little bit senile, so everything kind of blends for me. Kind of like this. That was humor. Okay, got that. Got a curious thing. Is that part of the mountain coming up, or that's something that came out of nowhere? Huh, kind of a leftover. So, it's not dinner, so let's just get rid of it and not even have it for lunch. Whoa, ain't that awesome? I've been doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that for 30 years, and just the progression of technology just boggling. I go through more diapers than I ever care to think about. No, just kidding. Bad humor sometimes, but you'll get used to it, unless you just don't like my videos. Uh, don't know why you wouldn't. You learn a lot. Literally, you learn tons. See, you didn't even know he was going to do Photoshop. Hey, well, I didn't either. No, I'm just kidding. I knew he was going to do Photoshop, but thought it'd be a nice surprise for y'all. So look at that. It appears that we've got a good border. Everything's filled in the bottom. No street lights. This is actually awesome. Awesome. The only thing we didn't do is make a duplicate layer where all of our changes would have went into, but we really don't want to. But what I am going to do, I'm going to go to File, Save As, And we are going to do, um, let's see, this should be PANO 008-2 for second run. So that's going to save a new whatever. So we got that. That's good enough for me. Reason it says that is because this is a huge file, and as you look down here, it's 142.9 megabytes of a TIFF. And TIFF means that your bytes aren't going to fall out of the file as quickly as they would in a compressed JPEG file. So that's really cool. I'm good with that. So I'm just going to minimize um, Photoshop and see if I can bring up one more thing. What I'm going to do is, let's see here. Actually, heck, I can do it in Photoshop. Um, yeah, I'm going to go to the image and image size so we can see how big that is, okay? So we can chop this down, and that's what we're going to look to do is chop it down. Some like this is 113 inches. That's like almost 12 foot, 10 foot, almost 10 foot. Ew, long if you used to print it out. So anyhow, we're going to chop this down. Well, let's just go with 10 times, okay? So let's see, we got, well, I got a calculator here. 17079 divided by 10. I mean, that should be easy. 1708, and it changed by itself. I don't even like that number, 1708, 24. So let's see. Let's see, we're going to cancel that. And image size. So let's see, 17079 divided by 5. So that's 3416. And what I'm looking at is you can, put it on a website and all that. So there we go. We've got a smaller. Now we're going to also do a save as. We're going to do a JPEG. Which any image viewer will bring up easily. So there we are. We've got a smaller. Okay. Yeah. I'm not going to save what we just did. Well, yeah, I am. Let's see. File. Save as. Our TIFF is what I'm doing. And when I do a small file, I do it SM for small. Okay, so there we are. Now I didn't do it to the other one because I didn't think of it then, because it was a JPEG. But see, there's the JPEG there, and this is the whole thing. You know, remember the little clouds and all the peaks and anything. Actually, see, this is out my back. This is my backyard. I open up the door in the morning. That is what I see in the backyard. So. Anyhow, this has run on a long time. So guys out there in YouTube land, I hope you've got something out of it, that you like this, pass it on, tell everybody, and let's make this son of a gun go viral. Thanks again.